Here we are, another review, quick review of this this Arcan 2-ton aluminum jack. This is a I guess they have they have a 3-ton, a 2-ton. I don't know if they have a 1.5 aluminum, but this one I don't see a lot of reviews. If you look around, there's not a lot of stuff. There's tons of stuff on the 3-ton, but you know, not so much on the 2-ton. Price wise, the 3 and the 2, they tend to be on the higher end, and there's not much of rebates, coupons. I think two of the vendors is Home Depot, and the other one is Northern Tools. You could get it on Amazon, but again, there's not much, anything with coupons, rebates, discounts. So you know, you're either gonna have to dish out the full amount, or possibly use a gift card or something like that. Again, other than that, they are on the higher end. 3 and change. This one is about 300, I believe, without close to 300. It's like 280, 290, without discounts, coupons, whatever. I actually picked this up at half of that. I'm not gonna share how, but I did spend about $150 for it, so I picked it up. Now the 2-ton, from what I see and what I heard, and again, the few posts that I heard, is a phenomenal jack. It is 2 tons. It's not a 1.5. Again, if you saw my last videos, I tend to stay away from the 1.5s for anything with the maintenance or working on the actual car. To me, 1.5 is just if you're gonna change a tire or something, even if you were to lift the front of a car, I don't know, that's just me. My experience hasn't been good with the 1.5s. So 2 and above is good for me. I did get a 2.5 Vever, which I've been using nonstop, and it's great. Smaller steel trolley jack. However, it does have its limits, and hence why I got this one. By the way, the other one I also use for servicing, in case I use one of those to lift the car, and then the other one to if I got to lift up transmission or hold up a suspension arm or something, I can, since it's low profile and 2.5, and the lift, all you need is 6 to 8 inches to work. It's perfect. Nothing heavy. This one has a lift of 19, almost 19 and 3/4 inches, so that's phenomenal. It is a low profile, so it can squeeze in. Weight is about 46, I believe they said, and quality should be second to none. So we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna just open it up and check it out. Let's see here. Put this down. All right, so just with anything, I can see what this says here. Stop following this before operating. Secure jack. Place retaining wire. Insert handle. Rotate. Pump. So I guess it's saying to bleed it. I think that's what it wants you to do. Yep. So funny bleeding process because it's telling you to just pump it, undo the valve, but nothing about opening the actual filler point. But just to be fair, I always fill my jacks. So we're gonna do the same for this one. It's not gonna be any different. So very nice. So right off the bat, I can tell you this is aluminum. It's not steel. You know, like the Harbor Freights, I can tell you those are steel steel lift handles or the sticks. Right. This has a you know, a steel fitting here, but the whole body, everything else is aluminum. So nice as far as the weight savings goes. You know, again, I wish the Harbor Freights, the aluminums, would come with aluminum sticks. Not much of a big difference, but you know, every ounce counts when you're trying to save weight. Move stuff around. Alright, so I mean, you can look at the length. It's pretty much like the Harbor Freights, the 3 tons, right? It's just as big. It's now saying it doesn't weigh as much. Again, 45 or 46 pounds compared to the 58 or close to 60 pounds of the Harbor Freights, the 3 tons. This is not bad to move around. And again, the lift height is 19. So, all right. So I'm gonna take it out, and then a couple things I guess I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it next to the Harbor Freight 3 ton, compare size, length. So you guys, if you have the Harbor Freights, which are more, I guess they're around everywhere, right? You can sort of compare it, get an idea how wide, how big it is, and then we're gonna weigh it, see what we get. If it's the actual weight of 46. Then we're gonna put it underneath a car, or in this case RAV4, and try to jack it up and see how it goes. Again, I was gonna do just out the box lift, but you know, again, to be fair, I just want to make sure that you know, that we got enough fluid in there, everything is filled, and I bleed it properly before actual first use. All right, so let me take it out, and then we'll see how it goes. So here we are with both the 3 ton Harbor Freight or Pittsburgh and the 2 ton Arcan, both aluminum. So now you can see the I mean, I tried to line them up as best as I could, so you can see the difference. The Arcan is actually just a tiny bit longer. Let's see, they're lined up pretty even in the back, and again the front, right? So you can see this front's a little in. So nearly identical. Width-wise, about the same. Again, only big difference is 3 versus 2. I can tell you the quality and the finish. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful floor jack. You could tell that if you look at here real quick, the Pittsburgh / Harbor Freights are anodized, right? Not bad. You know, these are powder coated. You know, it's actually a coating. It's not on the aluminum. Other thing I noticed is the wheels on the on the Harbor Freight, these are steel, right? On these are aluminum, so kind of nice. I mean, it's a little bit of weight savings, but I could tell you one thing I do prefer though is the steel wheels. Why? Because when you're pushing this thing around in concrete and whatnot, the road, aluminum does eat up away real quick. It does get chewed up. So I'm not crazy about aluminum, though, again, weight savings and everything, but just being realistic over the length of time, I prefer steel. So we'll see how these hold up. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but once they do, there is wheels you can get. Both Amazon and eBay have them. There's a company also out there that just replaces parts on pretty much every floor jack, and they do have replacement steel wheels that you can swap them in. Everything else is aluminum. The saddle is steel, as it should. You're lifting, that's one of the, you don't want that to be aluminum. It's just you want some parts to be steel. Everything else is aluminum. The pump is steel. Again, the back side aluminum. Even the handle here is aluminum. Let's see. Here you can see that's this one, aluminum, right? Aluminum. Steel bolt, aluminum. So again, fasteners, bolts, springs, everything else is steel, as it should. Handle wise, I told you that's aluminum, that's steel, and you can see the height difference, right? It's kind of nice. I mean, look, sometimes you need the leverage to get things going. If it's too long, it's a two-piece, just like every other handle, so you can just take it out and work with that little one, right? But if you're lifting something or try to get in underneath in the middle of the car somewhere, subframe where you got to lift, right? Sometimes you got to push it by the handle, so you need that length to get it in there. So I don't know, I like it. Some of you may not, but I prefer this handle a little longer than that. Even though this one hasn't given me any problems, this is nice. I do have a handle that I installed here. I'll do another video, quick video. It's kind of nice to have, right? Didn't come with it, so I installed that. I'm gonna be installing it on this one. Just easier on the hands, whatnot. It keeps everything nice and soft. All right. Now one thing they did have issues with the 3-ton. You can look it up on. I think the best way to get reviews is probably Amazon. Not so much Amazon, but also Home Depot. But Amazon does have some reviews where I think 3 or 4 people, again, this is 3-ton, did complain about the pump going out, right? Leaks and not being able to lift. Some internal issues, and then one person had an issue with the frame actually buckling on him. Again, that's the 3-ton. I'm skeptical on buckling. Again, I've had that issue on the 1.5s, and I'm gonna tell you why. Is because you exceed the load on it, right? So I mean, 1.5 is meant to to lift 1.5, not 2, 3, 4 tons. So you got to know your limits, right? If you're reaching that limit on any floor jack, I would tell you put it down and switch. If you're lifting one corner of the car, I mean, usually you divide the weight by 4. front and rear, right? So I mean, you're typically talking about 800, 900 pounds, maybe, right? Let's say 1,000 on the on the heavier cars, SUVs as well, right? So 1,000 on each corner. Uh, Look, 1.5, anything from 1.5 should be able to lift it, right? Change a tire, blah 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 blah. Now, if you're lifting the front of the car, now you're getting into more weight, right? So you're getting into twice the amount. So again, some of those floor jacks are at capacity, right? They're at load capacity. So just be careful with that. Again, I think you can get away with it, but the pumps are made for 1.5. However, the frames and everything else, if you have these jacks, you know what I'm talking about. They get kind of slim. The thickness is not there. They're not bulky, so they may buckle, they may twist, under different higher loads. And again, if you're gonna move, if the car jerks a little or blah blah blah, they have to be sturdy enough to take that. Again, this is real world stuff, not perfect scenarios. Right? Perfect scenarios is you go up and down, and then it's good. Real world scenarios is you're gonna be lifting, the car may jerk on you, may move, maybe on a hill, on a slope, the dirt, something, and you need that jack to hold. Again, that jerk motion. It's another load on the jack, right? So it could be a lateral, horizontal, or a twisting load, and again, your floor jack should be able to handle. So when you get into the top, exceeding those loads, and you throw that into the mix, that's how you get your buckling. So again, just do your research. Again, I didn't go with 3. I have my Harbor Freight, which is 3. It's been perfect. I love it. I got 2 of these, and then I have my heavy duty steel long reach for when I got to lift over 19 inches or so. The long reach goes up to 24, I believe. I mean, it's beautiful. This thing's a monster. And then I have again this one, right, which is it's nice. Weight wise, I just lifted it up, and it's a big, huge difference. All right. Again, if you saw my last video, you see the weight of this one. This one, we're gonna weigh it, and we're gonna see what it is. Now, it shouldn't be a big difference, but hey, look, 9-10 pounds makes a difference, especially with if you have lower back problems like me, lifting heavy stuff. So hence why I think this is nice, right? Best 2-ton aluminum out in the market. If you compare this 2-ton aluminum with the Daytona, I think has 2-ton. The Pittsburgh Harbor Freight has a 2-ton, but if you look at the designs, it's totally different. I believe the 2-ton Daytona doesn't have the outer wheels; it has a roller. Again, I don't know. Not a design that I like. You want it to be stable. So the wider it is, it's more stable, more footing it has, right? So that's what I like. The Daytona has it in the middle. I'm not crazy about that. The Pittsburgh one does have it on the outsides. However, to me, I like the actual 2-ton Pittsburgh versus the Daytona. However, comparing all 3 together, this knocks it out the box, because the Daytona, I think, is like, I don't know, like 40, 42, 43, I believe. I don't know. You can look it up, but it's not that light, super light. It's on the higher 40s, right? And then you have your Pittsburgh, which is about the same, 46 or 45 or something like that, right? So weight wise, I mean, this thing is right head to head. Height wise, this thing beats both of them out the box, right? This is 19, supposedly 19 point something, almost 3/4, but we're gonna take a quick measurement. Maybe I'll put it up to this one, see which one's higher. But again, the 2 tons Daytona and Pittsburgh only go up to 15 or 16. That's for me. That's, I don't know. Look, I have my 2.5 trolley that goes up to 15. I'm happy with it, but it's very limiting. It is very limiting when you're working on something you got to lift higher. All right, I'm not into getting pieces of wood and this. I want something to just, hey, use it, boom, and get out the way, and it works. And that's it. I've got to put pieces of wood and extensions and all this stuff. I don't know. I'm not into that. If you're off-roading, I guess we got the Badlands or the Eagle jacks, which come with the extension here, right? But I mean, these both can come out, and then you can just get that extension if you're going with like 4x4s or off-roading and trucks, and if that's your thing, then you can do it. But again, that's it. So let me raise them up, take some measurements for you guys, and then we're gonna throw it on the scale, get an actual weight, and then the last part is I'm gonna put it to use. I'm gonna lift something up and see how well it is. The other thing I wanted to mention is I did read the instructions again, and it doesn't say anything about bleeding it or filling it up before use. This one did, this one didn't. Okay, so I'm gonna follow through the instructions and leave it as is. Again, I'm gonna try to lift something. If it doesn't lift or has problems lifting, then I'll do that. But for now, it's just the way it is, straight out the box. All right, so here we are with both of them jacked up to the max height. Let's see if I can take a front view so you can take a look. I mean, pretty even. I can tell you that the Arcan is a little bit higher again, which is nice. You can take a look at the pumps too, right? The one on the left, the Arcan, is polished. It looks like it's more of a cast, right? The front here, the bolt where the jack kind of screws in. It's aluminum. It's a finished aluminum, kind of CNC aluminum. Here, it is steel. It's cast. So it's a difference right there in weight, right? Again, you can see the rollers here, right? This is steel. Steel as well. That's a little bit of difference. This is wider. This is shorter. So, I mean, look, I think, yeah, all components are nice on this one. Right, it's a better quality. Again, price and everything. I mean, it's about the same, right? It's again, but the thing with the Harbor Freights and the Pittsburgh, they get deals, right? And if you join the club, you get 20% off. Sometimes they go down on price to $180. I mean, if you try to buy it just with no discounts or whatever, it's like I think $280 to something like that. So this is not far off. I mean, this is like $280, $290 without that. So, but again, this one you do have coupons. You do have percentages off when Memorial Day or holidays come in, and if you join the Harbor Freight member, you get more discounts. However, again, not big of a difference on price. But let's take a quick measurement here. Bear with me. I only have one hand. Okay, locked it in. All right, so we have. We have about 20 inches Again, I think it was 19.8. All right, what they had on the sorry for the light. Let me back it up here. There we go. All right, so, and then Harbor Freight is a little under 20. All right, plus or minus. I mean, this is just not, I'm not taking a super accurate, but just an idea of what it is. So yeah, this is right under 20, and then this one is right a little over 20 at 20. So it's yeah, Arcan has a higher lift. You know, here's the thing, I'm just wondering, it's for future use, different ideas. So if you look at the, I mean, the construction and the makeup, these and again, all this stuff is China. Don't you know, Arcan being a better brand, still manufactured in China. So so my last post with the Vivor products, I mean, they make everything, right? So I'm sure this is probably made at a factory somewhere. Could be the same company that makes Harbor Freight. The only difference is QC, right? Quality assurance, quality control. So this one has it. I don't know. This one might have it. I don't know. But I mean, you could just look and tell the difference, right? So anyway, with that being said, most parts are interchangeable. So I'm just wondering if you could, you know, if this pump was to go out, if I can put a 3-ton into the 2-ton. You know, make this into a 2-ton. Structure wise, I think it can handle some of the load. I mean, the makeup is near identical. This frame being just a little thicker, say 2, maybe 3 millimeters. This one's a little thinner, right? Everything else matches up. So yeah, just an idea. I mean, you know, you could, if that was to go bad on me someday and everything else is fine, I would love to fix it and maybe put a 3-ton pump in there. But anyway, for now, yeah, that's the difference, right? 19. Sorry, I did. Yeah, 19.8, I would say, for this one, actually, for the Harbor Freight, and then the Arcan's close to 20. So that's a nice lift height. And again, if you work on cars and you know how limiting lifting something to the, you know, the height that you want can be, it's frustrating. This is beautiful, right? You can lift an SUV, or you can get under a lowered Camry, because it is low profile, and again, 2 tons, so more than enough to lift, right? You know, lift some bigger, heavier, and go with the 3-ton. But again, you have tools for every purpose. All right, so we're now going to put this one away. We're going to weigh it, and then last part is we're going to lift something. All right, so here we are on the scale, and we are getting 43 pounds and 5 ounces. That is amazing. 43 pounds. 0.5, you know, can round it off to 44, right? But that's without the handle. I mean, but you know, you're gonna be lifting it around 43 again, versus the weight of the Harbor Freight night and day. Let's put the handle and see what it is with the handle. How much difference. All right, so there we go. 46 and 6 ounces. So closer to 47. Right, so the again, the stated weight on the website and everywhere else, shipping weight is like 50, 51. I don't know. The box Didn't weigh much to me, but no, shipping weight, they call it 52. So sometimes when you Google it, it'll show you the shipping weight, not so much the actual weight. But you can see the actual weight, 46.6. This is pretty accurate. My measurement scale here is it's plus or minus 3%. So it's pretty accurate. I I haven't calibrated, but I do compare it to other things. It's dead on. So just to let you guys know how accurate it is. So if anything, I would say maybe close to 46.5, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna go with 46 pounds. So there it is. There you go. Again, so far, I mean, this thing is beautiful. Again, I can't. If you're into cars like me since I was 16, equipment, tools, I don't know. It's just excites me for some reason. I don't know. This thing is a beautiful piece of equipment. Weight, lifting height, capacity 2 ton. So I'm happy with that. Again, the 3 ton is totally different, but not into that. All right, so see, anything else I'm missing here? 2 handles lifting. It doesn't have this cover thing. I think that the 2 tons, I was comparing the Daytona and the Harbor Freight, the Pittsburgh, are pretty much the same. They don't have that front cover piece. I think it's like a a stiffener. Also I guess when debris or something protects from flying into here when you're rolling it, but it doesn't have that. So lifting it up, use this as a lifting handle, so to speak, and it weighs nothing for me. The weight is mainly here, right, in the back. What I might do is I might actually, for all my jacks, I might get the the Eagle Pro lifting handles. There's nothing else out there. I haven't seen anything else that or any other company that makes a lifting handle make it easier, because lifting it here I know they say this is for lifting, well, mainly for positioning, right? So if you get underneath the car and you need to move it, you can just grab this and then put it in position, right? But they also claim this is lifting handles in all the jacks, right? But if you lifted these, right, you got to lift it for the front and the back, because if you lift it from here, it's weight, the bias, right? The weight bias is mainly here, so it gets on. Not that it's super heavy, and I can't lift 46 pounds. I mean, I'm lifting 120 at the gym, but it does get a little weird lifting it. Your wrist is here and then tends to go this way, so you need something, right? So they, the Pro Eagle or Eagle Pro, they do have a handle, so I think it'd be nice to get that. So I might do that for this one and all other 3. The heavy duty Daytona, which I got the steel one, that's not getting anything. That one just stays here. I'm not lifting that up. That gets rolled out of here to the driveway. So yeah, again, not much. Everything is still the same. Wheels in the back are steel, the casters, aluminum, steel, aluminum, and then again the wheels, aluminum. So not crazy again. Just real world stuff. I'm not crazy about that. That's gonna the wheels are probably gonna take a beating real quick. So see how long that lasts. Maybe I'll do a video later on. Not anytime soon. Maybe a couple months to the end of the year. And if these get beat up real bad, then I'll switch them out. Okay. I'll also do a video installing the rubber handle piece here, so you guys can see, and put the link. Yeah. So all right. So let's go lift something, and then we're good. All right.
So here we are. Gonna do a lift. See how it goes. See if I can get it down. There we go. Alright, well, not bad. Very easy to pump, no struggle. That's all I'm raising it for now. I'm just going to change the bumper here real quick, so I don't want to get any higher. But I don't know, I think it's a good jack. Just wanted to show you guys a little review. I haven't seen a lot of these around, so figured I'd just do a video. Alright, so I hope you liked it. Thumbs up, and please subscribe.